Hi, my name is Todd Driver, and I have the privilege of serving as Superintendent Ibarra as Director of Content and Curriculum. I have a couple of items to go through with you regarding content standards and a new bill that further expands your flexibility in the education programs you provide your students. As I'm sure you are aware, the standards adoption followed a unique course this year and were put in statute by the legislature rather than incorporated by reference via the rules making process. We worked for the better part of 2 years with a very diverse and balanced group of parents, educators, community members, board members, and legislators, and conducted a thorough review and revision of the English language arts, mathematics, and science content standards. When we concluded the work that had been asked of us by the legislature, we handed the proposed standards off to the State Board of Education, where they stalled. So the legislature decided to take the unique route of putting the revised standards directly into code rather than following the traditional route of incorporating them by reference and rule. This process involved 2 pieces of legislation. House Concurrent Resolution 39 reviews the current content standards in English language arts and literacy, math, and science, effective July 1st, 2022. Then the companion bill to this, House Bill 716, which is now signed into statute as Idaho Code 33-118B, puts the Idaho content standards for English language arts and literacy, mathematics, and science as prepared by the 2020-2021 standards review committees into law, replacing the standards removed by HCR 39. If you have not found the new standards on our website yet, they can be found at the top right of the State Department of Education homepage. To the right of Superintendent Ibarra's picture under Topics, you will see in red the link to the new standards. Click this, and you will be taken to the Standards Review page, which has the PDF links for the new ELA math and science content standards. The new content standards have been adopted for 5 years and will be subject to review at the end of this cycle, which is June 30, 2027. However, curriculum materials reviews will begin this year, starting with math, then ELA, and then science. The Board of Trustees of each school district have until June 30, 2024 to incorporate curriculum materials that reflect the new standards. We have begun preparation of professional development for the rollout of these standards. We have started by creating highlights of changes made documents to help guide implementation, and these are available on the same page as the new standards. Professional development will be available in online webinars, 2 in June and 2 in August, which will be recorded and available for later reference. Also in development are guidance resources to provide further support for standards implementation. Over the next year, the SDE is conducting an alignment study with the required assessment and the new standards. Senate Bill 1238 is legislation that sets up a structure where a greater degree of innovation can occur between teachers, students, and parents by focusing upon learning rather than seat time. Students that demonstrate they are self-directed learners can qualify for added flexibility. This language should sound familiar. A student attending public school in Idaho is eligible to be designated as a self-directed learner. A self-directed learner means a student who demonstrates mastery of content knowledge through grades, assessments, or mastery-based learning rubrics, whose teacher or teachers designate the student as such, who consider the student's mastery of the content, academic growth, timeliness for assignments, self-motivation, ability to establish goals, and reaching age-appropriate learning outcomes, and or who, starting in grade 8, demonstrates an informed choice of post-secondary career and education goals. Each school district or public charter school may adopt a self-directed learner policy to provide processes through which students may seek a self-directed learner designation, by which teachers may designate a student as a self-directed learner and to monitor and support self-directed learners. Once a student is designated as a self-directed learner, the student has the right to flexible learning. Flexible learning may be different for each student and may include flexible attendance, attending school virtually, extended learning opportunities as is described in last year's House Bill 172, and any other agreed upon learning inside or outside the classroom. Now, this plan and criteria set must be agreed upon by the student, teacher, and parent or guardian, and the agreed upon criteria must be met to maintain the designation. Each school or district or charter school must report the number of self-directed learners to the State Department of Education annually. A self-directed learner will be reported as enrolled as one FTE or in attendance for a full day for calculation of support units and funding, regardless of actual attendance or hours in the class. Please refer to the bill for further details, as I am only mentioning the highlights here. If you look at Idaho Code 33-1632, which lays out mastery-based education, and IDAPA 080203-105B, you will see very similar language and intention as this bill. These statute and rule provide the framework for flexibility in schools via the teaching practice of student-driven learning, of which the flexibility provided by mastery education, as in Senate Bill 1238, sets up a structure where a greater degree of innovation can occur between teachers, students, and parents by focusing upon learning rather than seat time. We are currently working on a flexibility guidance handbook that will bring together the statutes and rules that allow flexibility to educators in Idaho to help you utilize all the flexibility provided. Please take a look on the Mastery Education webpage located on the State Department of Education website for many resources available to you. Take a look at the Innovate to Elevate booklet on student-driven learning, the teacher practices of innovative schools utilized by mastery-based education. This PD offering we provide free to you and offers support and implementation of the flexibility within this new statute, as well as flexibility already given in mastery education and your gifted and talented programs. If you will, look at this as the new face of gifted and talented education. I want to take a moment to introduce two new members of our content and curriculum team. Rick Kennedy, who was my coordinator for instructional technologies, has taken the position within the SDE of Chief Procurement Officer. We were able to hire Kayleen Hoyt, Educational Specialist and Master of Business Administration, to carry on with and expand on the great work Rick began. She spent a decade in bank management and communications and has been an Idaho public educator in CTE, business education, and graphic design, as well as worked in administration for the last 7 years. Sharon Cates, who was with us for the past 2 years, recently accepted a consulting position, and so I'm excited for you to meet our new science coordinator, Andrea Bearwald, Master's in Education, Curriculum, and Instruction, and an Idaho public educator for the last 17 years in the sciences in both elementary and secondary. She brings a wealth of experience and skills to the department, and we are very happy to have her. I encourage you to reach out to them and utilize the support that they can provide. So please reach out to me. My coordinator is listed here, or any member of the content and curriculum team for support. Thank you.